Hello everyone. As you know that how to use the bending stresses that we have discussed in previous lecture. We have also solved few numericals in last lecture. Now see few numericals on again bending stress formula or flexural formula. So here I have taken problem number 1 for symmetrical eye section and for cantilever beam. It is a slightly different from previous problem. So here a symmetrical eye section shown in figure is used as a cantilever beam of span 3 meter and subjected to UDL. Find the maximum UDL the beam can support if the maximum allowable stress is 180 MPa. Now what is the difference here? Now in this case if you see the given data, length of beam is given, that is span, it is subjected to UDL and beam is cantilever. Okay. Now see this particular diagram. Normally, in the statement, beam is mentioned as a cantilever. Figures are not given. Okay, so you should know what is a cantilever beam, what is simply supported beam. Now, whatever beam is given, this is a cantilever beam. One end is fixed, and this part 3 meter is a cantilever, and it is subjected to UDL, that is uniformly distributed load, and intensity is W per meter. What you have to calculate? Find the maximum UDL the beam can carry. Means here W per meter that is missing. That you have to calculate. And what is given in the problem? Span is given and allowable stress is given. Means that stress is 180 MPa. Sigma is given 180 MPa. Now see, due to symmetry, because in the to use the flexural formula, we know that it is M upon I equal to sigma by Y. So you should able to calculate M max. You should able to calculate I, that is moment of inertia. So these are the two important terms normally required in every problem. So M upon I, so both the terms should be correct so that your calculations will be correct. Now if you observe the I section, top and bottom planes 150 mm width, top and bottom planes 10 mm thick, wave 10 mm thick, and depth of wave it is mentioned as a 200 mm. So it is a symmetrical section. Okay, so it will have two equal parts about x axis about y axis. Hence directly you can write down x bar is equal to horizontal distance 150 by 2, and y bar is equal to half of total depth, so 200 by 2, that is 100 mm. And whenever section is symmetrical, you can directly use the formula of a rectangular section, capital BD cube by 12 minus small BD cube by 12. So actually here this 200 is from top to bottom. Okay. So mistakenly I have shown it between the wave, but actually it is from top to bottom. You make this correction, take this 200 from top to bottom. Means capital B will be 150, capital D will be 200. Small b means what? 150 minus this 10. That is 140 width, that is empty portion in between. And 180 is the depth. The total is 200 from top to bottom. From that you have to deduct this 10, 10. So middle part will be 180. So you will get MI of I section, that is 31.96 into 10 to power 6 mm raised to 4. Now from cantilever beam, you can calculate the maximum bending moment Mx. How to calculate that? So you have to take moment about E. So what is the intensity? W over the distance L, means it will be W into L, and it is UDL, so you should take half of the UDL distance. Okay. So W into L into L by 2 means it will be WL square by 2. So I have directly written the formula. M max is WL square by 2, where W is missing. So L is 3 meters. So 3 square by 2, it is 4.5 W. That is M max. And then using flexural equation, M upon I equal to sigma by Y. In the problem, stress sigma is given. Y will be, what will be the Y? Y will be half of 200. Okay. So that will be the maximum distance of extreme fiber. 180 is the given stress, because in the problem stress is given as 180 MPa. Y will be half of total depth. M is equal to 4.5 W, or you keep M as it is. I just we have calculated here. I is equal to 31.96 into 10 to power 6. By putting all the values, you will get m here, but here that m will be in, initially you will get m in Newton mm because it has a 10 to power 6. If you divide it by 10 to power 6, it will be 57.528 kilonewton meter. Then to find W, we know that m moment of resistance is equal to m max. Moment of resistance means what? Moment of resistance means what? 4.5 10 to power 6 W means mr. M max is nothing but mr. So 4.5 W, it is in kilonewton meter. So in Newton mm it will be 4.5 into 10 to power 6 into W. Same thing I have written here will be equal to that m max calculated bending moment. Equate this, you will get the value of W, that 12.78 kilonewton per meter. And this is the bending stress diagram. Sigma C is 180, so maximum sigma C is 180. Okay. Now see second problem. In this case, a simply supported beam of span 5 meter carries a UDL of 2 kN per meter over entire span. The cross section of the beam is shown in figure. Find out the maximum bending stress induced in the beam. Now this is the T section. T section is a not symmetrical section. So it is unsymmetrical sections. And size of the section is top 100 mm width, and this 140 mm is depth. 140 mm is the wave depth and 100 mm is the width of flange. Okay. So for this particular section, and this wave width is 10 mm, 10 mm. At both the places it is 10 mm. Wave of thickness of wave and thickness of flange. So our first part is, as the beam is 5 meter span, carries UDL 2 kilonewton per meter. So it is simply supported beam. So M max will be equal to WL square by 8. W is 2, L is 5. You will get bending moment 6.25 kilonewton meter or 6.25 into 10 to power 6 Newton mm. Now, as the section is unsymmetrical, hence you need to calculate Y bar. Find out the center of the section so that you can decide sigma C and sigma T, that is YC and YT. So find out A1. A1 is 140 into 10, means this portion is 1. Depth is 140, width is 1. A2 is this top line 100 into 10. Y1 means half of this 140 from bottom, that will be Y1. And Y2 will be equal to this 140 plus half of this flange thickness, that is 5 mm. So it will be 145 mm. And use the formula Y bar is equal to A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 upon A1 plus A2. You will get Y bar from bottom. That Y bar is 101.25 from bottom, and from top it will be 150 minus this value. You will get from top this particular distance. Now also you have to calculate Mi, that is moment of inertia for T section. So BD cube by 12 plus A1 H1 square. So B is 10 here. Section 1 is this wave. So width is 10. D cube means 140 cube by 12 plus A1. A1 means 140 into 10 into H1. H1 means what? Distance of this Y bar and individual centroidal axis. So it will be Y bar minus Y1. So Y bar is 101.25 minus Y1 70. You will get H1 square plus moment of inertia of flange BD cube by 12, B is 100, D is 10, BD cube by 12 plus area 100 into 10, that is 1000 into H2. H2 means what? 101.25 minus 145. Okay. So here you ignore the negative sign because 101.25 minus 145, the difference will be negative. Even though if you are not ignoring it, this is H1, H2 square means automatically it will be positive. So how to calculate this H2? It is nothing but Y bar minus Y2. Here you will get the value of H2. In this way, after doing the calculation, you will get the value of moment of inertia. Okay, I. So first of all, calculate the depth of compression zone, the depth of tension zone. So YC will be 150 minus YT. Okay, so we will get YC and YT will be 101.25. So by using the Flux-General formula, M upon I equal to sigma by Y, here you will get sigma C. Sigma C is equal to M upon I into YC. Moment is known, I is known. YC means depth of compression zone. You will get stress in compression 54.64. And to find out sigma T, only you have to make this change. Instead of sigma YC, you have to use YT. YT is 101.25. You will get stress in tension 113.483 Newton per mm square. So this is the stress. Unit is Newton per mm square at both the places. And here maximum bending stress you have to calculate, and that maximum bending stress is 113.483. The value maximum among these two values, that will be the maximum bending stress. Okay. Now this is third problem. Here you can see a simply supported beam of 7 meter span carries a 2-point loads of 100 kilonewton each at a distance of 2 meter from supports. Simply supported beam is given 7 meter span, and there are 2-point loads of 100 kilonewton at a distance of 2 meter from the supports. Means this 100 is from this support 2 meter, this 100 is from this support 2 meter, and cross section is rectangle. This is the cross section. 100 by 200 mm is the cross section. It carries this particular load, which is used as a simply supported beam. Now our first job is to use the flexural formula. We have to find out maximum bending moment and moment of inertia. So what will be the maximum bending moment? As loads are equal from both the supports, so reaction will be half half. Means total load is 200. 200 by 2 will be 100, means this RA will be 100, RB will be 100. Now to calculate M max means we have to take moment at the center. So from center means what? This 2 meter plus 1.5 meter means you have to take moment about 3.5 from each support or from any support. So I have taken moment at this middle part of this section at 3.5. Your reaction will be 100. So clockwise I am taking positive, anti-clockwise negative. So this 100 into 3.5 minus this 100 is anti-clockwise into 1.5. So this distance is 1.5. I will get M max 200 kilonewton meter, 200 into 10 to power 6 Newton mm. So that is the maximum bending moment. And then you have to calculate moment of inertia, that is Ixx is equal to BD cube by 12, as it is rectangular section. So B is 100, D cube means 200 cube by 12, you will get Ixx. And due to symmetry, here YC and YT will be 100 mm. That is total depth is 200, half of that will be 100 mm. Okay. Now after getting M and I, YC, directly use the flexural equation. So using bending equation, M upon I equal to sigma by Y. Here by putting the values of M, I, sigma max and Y, here we will get the value of sigma max 300 MPa. And due to symmetry, sigma C, sigma T both are same diagram I have shown. After solving each problem, here try to show this bending stress diagram. Sigma C at top, sigma T at bottom. Only in cantilever beam shows sigma T at top and sigma C at bottom. Otherwise, for simply supported case, your bending stress diagram must be like this only. This is bending stress diagram. It is same for all the cross sections. Nature is same, but only cross section will change. If instead of rectangle, it may be triangle, it may be I section, it may be T section. According to the given problem, you should use this bending stress equation. Okay, so these are the few numericals. I think we have solved sufficient numericals on this particular topic, that is bending stress equation. Similarly, you go through different books and try to solve the problem. Even you can appear all the quizzes, assignments, homework part sincerely, so that you will understand this topic in better way. Okay students, thank you very much. So today we are finishing this lecture here. Now from next lecture, instead of bending stress diagram, now we'll start the second part of this unit number 3, that is shear stress distribution diagrams. Okay, so see you in next lecture. Thank you very much.